Right after a boat is removed from the water is the best time to determine the degree of blister development. A technique that works very well is to lightly sand the hull bottom with 80 grit sandpaper. A light abrasion such as this will knock the tops off any high points that might exist. If the blisters are limited and their size is about 3/8 inch or about 10 millimeters in diameter, a counter sink bit is a good tool to use. Its beveled shape opens the blister, prevents the drill from going too deep, and increases the bonding area you'll need later. If there are more blisters, about an area coverage of 10%, then you must use more aggressive methods to remove the gel coat. There are 3 techniques you could use: grinding, sandblasting, or peeling. Grinding is favorable because the equipment is easy to get. However, with this method, it's difficult to remove the gel coat layer and a lot of dust is generated. However, a number of devices are available that capture the debris generated from grinding. When grinding, it's best to use sharp, coarse grit, about 36 grit, to reduce the tendency to burnish the surface or to generate excessive heat that can damage the laminate. One of the advantages of the grinding is that you can proceed in levels, monitoring the moisture content the deeper you go. Sandblasting is another method commonly used to remove the gel coat. We recommend medium grit Black Beauty slag blasting material. Similar materials are available in other parts of the world. If you use silica sand, it could become embedded in the laminate and acts as a contaminant. If you use sandblasting to remove gel coat, use a 2-step method. First, lightly blast the antifouling paint off. If you attempt to blast antifouling paint and gel coat at once, you'll see the pigment fly away. But small particles of copper from the paint will embed in the laminate and act as a contaminant, creating bonding problems later. So after lightly removing the antifouling paint, blast the gel coat. This will open any hidden voids. Another method of removing gel coat is with a gel coat peeler. There are several versions: the marine shaver or the bubble buster. All are intended to remove a controlled amount of gel coat and adjoining mat, leaving a fair surface. Drying the whole laminate is a critical step for successful repair. Monitor the moisture content with a moisture meter such as the one shown here. Moisture meter readings yield a general trend, not necessarily an accurate representation of the actual moisture content. They can also easily give inaccurate readings when used over some antifouling paints and in areas of bulkheads or water tanks. Even an increased thickness of laminate may cause a change in the reading, while not necessarily being a moisture content issue. It's essential to write the measured moisture reading and the date at each measured location with a felt-tipped pen. Use this as a reference for the trend you observe. For a good backup device, tape 6 mil or 150 micron thick plastic to several locations on the hull with vinyl tape. If the hull is drying relative to ambient humidity, you'll observe condensation on the plastic. After the hull has reached a low moisture reading, you must steam clean or flush it with hot water. Let the hull stand for a day or two, then wash again. Repeat this 3 or 4 times, monitoring the moisture content. To accelerate drying, provide adequate ventilation within the boat. Remove items that hold moisture, such as cushions, lines, and sails. Keep a fan running inside the boat. Tent the hull with 1 layer of 6 mil or 150 micron thick plastic. Use sealant to attach the plastic. Duct tape or masking tape will leave adhesive behind that's nearly impossible to remove. Cover the ground, then weight the bottom of the plastic to seal the tent. Fans, heaters, and dehumidifiers promote aggressive drying of the laminate. That could reduce drying time from months to weeks. The goal is to get the hull to a point where drying ceases, or when you get consistently low moisture meter readings below 3%. Now you can begin the repair procedure.